Happy to have Digital Summer here with us on the Marr Army Rock Show, Digital Revolution Radio. See, this is really hard to do. And Rock Voltage Magazine. So, Digital Summer, guys, can you just say your name and what you play in the band?
I'm Ian, I play guitar.
I'm Kyle, vocals.
Guido, I play bass.
Derek, I play guitar.
I was camera on that one. So, tell me a little bit about the cruise experience so far. What it's been like for you guys?
Yeah, it's a really good time. Actually none of us have ever done a cruise in general, so we're still trying to figure out how everything works. And then on top of that, having shows and having like fans that are so involved and so know what's going on. Like it's really cool. It's like having an informational desk everywhere you go. Like, you just look to like someone who's like an obvious Shiprocked, like diehard fan. They've been to a bunch of them, and you're like, what do I do this? Like, oh yeah, no problem. They pull out their little map and they're like, you go here, talk to this guy. Here's a cell phone for this person. And you're like, this is amazing.
So does that? I mean, I guess that differs a little bit. You were talking a little bit about the normal festival tour experience versus this. Say this is better.
Oh God. No, this is great.
Bahamas is just a plus, but even like just the work experience and how much everybody hustles to get stuff done, it's amazing.
It is cool. I mean, the Bahamas is obviously amazing, but even if we were if this thing was not moving, it was actually shipwrecked, like in the middle of Detroit, it would still be cool. Like it would still be awesome. Like the people are great. Like they're diehard rock fans. They just want to see a bunch of rock shows and have a good time. You can't ask for that.
And you run into, it gives fans the experience to get up close and personal with us. I've ran into so many people that are like, oh my God, and they can tell me things that I forget about myself. And it's really cool to have that experience to connect with fans on this ship.
So how many people do you think are newcomers to your band on the ship? Like that are going to be seeing you? I'm seeing you for the first time. I know your music, but it'll be my first live show.
Hopefully a lot though. I hope it does.
Yeah, I met a couple people that they've heard of us, but they haven't seen us yet live, so they're really excited to check us out.
Yeah, it's tough to gauge. We were talking about that earlier because we don't know. We're the newcomers, and so I don't know. I'm surprised every time someone comes up to us. I was like, oh, they know all about us, and I'm still like, all right, cool, like. It's weird for us, we're just baby band, hoping somebody is like, cool, you guys are cool. But it's tough to gauge because I think the Shiprocked fans, the whole experience is so unique because everyone does all their homework beforehand. They're on Facebook looking up all the bands, buying the music, and something we were lucky to be a part of because we wanted to come to it anyway. We were like, let's go to Shiprocked next year. Cool. And then we find out we could actually play it. We're like, let's do that. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. Now, it'll be my first time seeing y'all live, and I've heard kind of your reputation precedes as being kind of wild on stage, and I've heard of guitars flying around and stuff. Give me the lowdown of what I can expect to see.
Well, to be honest, because we didn't know stage size has a huge impact on how much of a performance we put on. Obviously, we give 100% every night. That's what we love to do. We love to perform. But when you're on smaller stages and elbows are getting tossed and guitars are getting thrown, people tend to get hurt. So, regardless, it'll be a great show. High energy.
Yeah, it's an energy thing. We're all kind of under that same thing. Like, when you've gone to shows and you see a band and you're just like, wow, like they just left it all up there. Yeah. Like that's what we want to do. Because like for anybody that comes out to a show, even if that's not Shiprocked, any show, it's like they looked you up or they took notice, they paid for tickets, they made the drive, they stood in line, they did all that stuff, right? So they deserve for you to bleed on stage. Like go up there and leave it out there for them. We've had guitar straps break and literally go flying across the stage because your guitar spins and there's different things. I would be lying if I said I didn't practically knock myself out on stage once. So, it happens.
Accidents happen.
Well, if it does happen, I think you're in good hands because now who's the paramedic here? Is somebody in the group's a paramedic?
Both paramedics.
Tell us a little bit about that because that's kind of cool.
I'm a flight paramedic on a helicopter. I love it. It's awesome. I get the best of both worlds. I get to do this stuff and then fly around in a helicopter. So I really can't complain.
I'm a firefighter paramedic. In a part of kind of like the Phoenix area of Arizona, and it's it's just different. Like we just bounce two lives. I mean, like I love being on tour, love doing the band thing. Music is like the ultimate drug, passion, you know. And then it's like fly home, work a 48-hour shift, you know, with my ass kicked, work hard, and then and it's a different world. And you come back and I don't know, it's cool. We elected to be a DIY band, just do it yourself, independent, no management band a while back, so that we could work our other careers too, and just because of what was happening in the music industry, and we're trying to be creative with some things.
It's a hard mindset too. I mean, to sign autographs at the end of a show, meet every fan, shake hands, hugging people. People are thrilled about your music, thrilled to have met you. When that first started happening, for me it was tough because it was like, I gotta work tomorrow. You know,
it is.
A hard mindset.
It's still very weird because and not all fans. I think fans are getting much more educated on what the music industry is like nowadays because things are more translucent, and I think they're getting a better picture of it. But you still get those people that assume because we're a band on a big bill, or they see us on a tour bus or something, that we're living this life of luxury. And it's like, dude, I'm pulling 90 plus hours a week every week, and that's aside from the band. Like it's crazy, but I don't know, we pride ourselves on the fact that we're hard workers. Like it's not about for us, it's not like, oh, we party, we play, we pass out, and we do that again. Like on tour even, we're up in the morning taking care of our own business with press and things, and then we hit a gym, and then certain days like Ian will fly out to go work the shift, and then that's Derek has been filling in for the last couple of years for when Ian's gone, so we're very unorthodox in how we do everything, and we have a very different mindset.
Take a swing, I tell you, but you better be prepared. There's no telling what the hell I might do. Not the fact that I just don't care.
What a badge of honor, though, that y'all landed on this cruise, because I was thinking about that. I don't know how many other independent artists are actually on the ship. I didn't research it or anything.
Yeah, we worked pretty hard to try to make that happen, and because it was just, ever since we first saw this a couple of years ago, it was like, that's awesome. That is such new media thinking. That is so let's get outside the box, let's do something different, and that's what we're all about. We love that. We're still all into the guerrilla marketing. I mean, for instance.
Yeah.
Whoops. There goes that camera. But we know, there's when the show gets out of the Stardust Theater tonight, these are going to be all posted out in front of it. That say, hey, guess what? We're up on deck 13 right now. Come see us, And then
awesome.
And then we've plenty of shows where afterward we're all going to be standing there passing out download
I think
cards,
I saw some of
download
these
cards and
earlier.
flyers, And we do that everywhere we go. Our next tour is a U.S. national tour with Volbeat and Trivium, and we'll do that there. We'll play our show, we'll go sign autographs until nobody cares anymore. And then we'll be out front when everyone leaves, handing out the download cards and the flyers, and it's like, what? Why?
Shaking hands,
And everyone thinks it's weird, And it's like, no, this is what we do. If we love it, why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Tell me about the relationship with Sevendust, or at least part of Sevendust, because it seems to be, pretty tight.
No, absolutely, yeah, dude, we love those guys. Those guys are, we became really good friends with those guys after playing some shows with them. And it's one of those bands that they were my favorite band forever. I mean, they still are. And it's weird, they're our buddies now, but it's like they are. Those guys throw it down. They're one of those bands. They leave it out there every single time, and creatively their music is amazing. Just everything about that band is like what a band should aspire. And what happened is we became friends with them, and then me and Morgan became really good buddies, and he was like, you guys want to go out on the road with us? And literally, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. He's like, that's going to work 100%. Good, we're good to go. Cool. I hang up the phone. I'm like, call everybody. Hey, guys, you guys want to go on tour for 7-8 weeks with Sevendust? They're like, hell yeah, when's that? I'm like, leaves in a week. And you're talking about a band that doesn't have a bus, didn't have a van, didn't have a trailer, didn't have road cases, nothing. We're like, okay, we got a week to figure out how to do this. We borrowed his neighbor, who thank God he was awesome enough to let us, gave us his Denali, an SUV, spent all the money we had on a little trailer, packed everything in there, and 6 of us drove around in a Denali for a full country tour, 8 weeks.
Wow.
And we had to do shifts to where we drove ourselves, we loaded up all we had no techs, so it was a 24/7 operation for us, but I think those experiences make you who you are, and from that day on, we've been really good with those guys. Morgan came, played drums on 2 songs for our album Counting the Hours, a couple streams. They were kind enough to let me, co-write on some lyrics for a couple songs and things like that, which is really cool. And then Clint played lead guitar on our latest single off of Breaking Point, called Forget You. Yeah. So we've just helped maintain a good, relationship with those guys, and we really look up to everything they've done.
Just good people.
And that's the thing too. Every time you see them out, they're so friendly to everybody.
Yeah.
They'll never give you that rock star attitude, which is great.
So this album right here, nominated as Best Acoustic Release of the Year, won the nominees for the Marr Golden Horns Awards, and some folks were taking notice of it, so
which was cool. Yeah, we like I said, I think we saw it a little late. You know what I mean? 'Cause we were like, oh man, we really should have email blasted this, and any chance we get for any kind of award thing, we're all over it. And but that was really cool. We feel extremely honored that you guys even know this. I mean,
That's awesome. Especially with this record, because we did Apollo a while back in between records, acoustic EP, and then so we decided, hey, let's do another acoustic record in between cycles. We didn't really know what to expect with it.
It's just kind of a thrown together idea, like, hey, let's go in the studio and start tracking. And we did some brand new songs that just kind of came out of nowhere in the studio, and then we did a bunch of remakes of songs off our other albums, and it was cool, like being a heavier band to do something like that, because it really opened up like using my voice differently, and we got a really good response so far. Do this, but then we were going to go out on Volbeat at the same time. But Sevendust just got done in the studio doing an acoustic album, and so we were talking before with them about going out on tour with them, and they did that. We're going to be out on tour with Volbeat, but they're doing a second leg, so we were talking with those guys, it was like, hopefully, they asked if we wanted to do it. Of course we want to do it.
On their acoustic tour?
Yeah.
Well, I've got my fingers crossed, because May 2nd we're going to be at their acoustic tour in Baltimore. So
we'll still be on the Volbeat tour.
But they're supposed to do a second round.
Okay.
So hopefully that all lines up and works out, and if so, then we'll be back on the road with those boys. But this time it'll be for an acoustic tour.
Which would be awesome. It's something a lot different than you guys done.
Yeah. A lot less gear. No heavy stuff.
These are the guys from Digital Summer, man. I want to thank you all so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure meeting all of you. I'm really excited for my first Digital Summer show tonight, and you got 2 shows on ship, right?
3 actually. We're doing one tonight in the Headbanger Lounge around 11:30, and then tomorrow night around 7 o'clock there's a wine tasting in the Headbanger Lounge, and we're actually partnered in with Headbanger, the wine brand. And so we do a lot of stuff hand in hand to push that. We got a whiskey coming out soon too, and then we're about 1:30 on the deck. 1:30 next day
on the Monster Deck stage on
Wednesday. Yeah.
So we'll keep it on, you guys, man. We're gonna keep following you and keeping up with you. And thanks so much for being here on Behind the Bands and on the Marr Rock Show. And we really appreciate it, guys.
Thanks.